Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us, we have the Chifenchy Power Soars. Funny name, I know. Model number S15. This is an AM/FM weather band emergency radio, particularly made for a bicycle, which you'll get to see. It's pretty interesting. So here we go. Power Soars. Stay alert. Be prepared. Cool. I got this off of Amazon for a total of $29.99 minus a 10% off coupon, bringing it down to $27. Cool radio. Actually pretty impressed with its reception. So let's look more in the box. We get a picture of the radio. And you can see it's mounted on a bicycle. BMX dude. Yeah, check it out. In case you didn't know, it's an emergency weather radio. And we got some bullet points there. NOAA, AM/FM. There's your battery. 2-watt flashlight. Crank powered, solar powered, USB powered. SOS alarm for help. Okay. You get the idea. And we got some more bullet points. I think it's the same. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead. Took everything out of the box. Let's see what we get. We get a cable. Sweet. We get a mount. Awesome. We get the radio. Cool. I have to bring this up a little bit, huh? Alright. And then we get a quick start guide. Awesome. Okay, so first things first. Cable. It's a USB to Type-C variety. I actually like this. Type-C is awesome. You don't have to figure out which way it goes in. Just line it up and done. Either way. Cool. So nice length to it also. Next, we get a quick start guide. Let's see, open it up for posterity here. Oh, we got specs right away. Nice. So you got your weight, 250 grams. There's your power source, 2000 milliamp hour. It's probably an 18650. It's not replaceable. There's no door to access it, but I'm sure if you were thrifty enough, you could probably open this up and replace it on your own if you knew how to solder and you have skills as such. Solar panel, they say it's 5 volts, 0.2 watt, looks like. Okay, so yeah, used just pretty much to keep the battery topped off. Not meant to really charge it. The hand crank, though, as you notice, you get 1 watt of charging, 4.2 volts. USB input, 5 volts, 1.5 amps. Nice. USB output, I did test that, 5 volts at 1 amp. 3-hour charge time. And there's you got 3 beams on the flashlight. You got a far beam, which is your center beam. It's 100 lumens. And the floodlights are 500 lumens. And I'll show you these. In total, you can run them combined as 550. This is nice too. After fully charged, 20 hours of runtime on the radio. And 4 hours of LED lighting. Not bad. So there we go. Thought we'd go over that because, I might miss it and forget. Here we are, how to tune it. Now this radio is interesting. It works off of a preset, scan. It's like an auto scan radio. But you can manually browse to the next station, though you can't incrementally tune to that station, which is kind of unfortunate if you have a faint station you're trying to bring in, because this radio is actually a pretty sensitive radio. I'm very impressed with it. But since you can't incrementally tune, it's not going to be a radio used for that. Mainly, this will mainly be used for emergency and lighting. So here we go. You got it shows Type-C and how to mount for the back. Spending a lot of time on this, but that's okay. In case you lose your manual, you got it here. Battery protection. It's got a cutoff. Nice. Lower than 3 volts. Turns off. Okay, you can, of course, USB charge it. That's what we recommend every 3 months. There's the hand crank. So yeah, you spin it 130 RPM for 1 minute. Gives you 50 minutes of radio. Nice. Oh, no, sorry. 50 minutes of flashlight. Or radio for 6 minutes. That doesn't make sense. That should be reversed, you'd think. Yeah, I'm thinking this should be reversed. 50 minutes of radio and 6 minutes of beam illumination. Yeah, they got that reversed. Okay. So you get it. Alright, and over here, it shows you how to put on the bottom piece. And then we have the kind reminder. Okay, we're done with that. The radio. So you get this little mount. It goes in the back. And it's like a neoprene rubber here. This mounts over your bicycle bar. And this is soft too, so it won't scratch anything when you mount it. And it's got a release here to release it from the radio. Pretty basic. So there's that. All right, the radio itself. This is the S15 Power Soars. Let's go over dimensions. So we have a length of 6.5 inches. It won't sit flat because it's got that bottom mount to it there for that. But you can still use it as normal handheld radio if you want. Very unique emergency radio. Very thin. Going to width, we have 2 3/4 inches wide and a depth of 1.5 inches, including that back mount. Now, adding this might add another inch or so, if you're wondering total. But that gives you an idea. Awesome. Let's do a size comparison. I'll bring this up even further, maybe. Okay. So I have extra goodies here. Always CC pockets and AM, FM weather band radio as well. It's not as big. Doesn't quite have the lights that this thing has, which I think is fun. This Power Soars, the flashlights are nice on it. I'm a fan. Next we have CC Skywave, shortwave radio. Give you an idea for size there. And then last but not least, we always have a deck of cards handy. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves Power Soars from China land. He's Iron Man. He spin it like no one can. Rock it with me. Iron Man. You get the idea. Always fun. Standard deck of playing cards. All right, so let's go to features of this radio, the S15 Power Soars. Love saying that. So on the left-hand side, you'll see there's got a little rubber jacket. Pull this open. Trying to keep it water resistant in case you get stuck in a little downpour of rain. We have a Type-C input for charging the radio. There's a little window there that lights up red when you're charging it with USB or when you're spinning the dynamo, or we have a high-intensity light source on the solar panels. So that's neat. Over here we have our USB output, 5 volts, 1 amp. Of course, that input of the Type-C is 1.5 amps, so it just charges battery pretty quick, though they say it sits 3 hours. So there you go, it kind of helps water resistance there. It's got a nice strong polycarbonate body. It's got a little design here for grabbing it to pull it off the mount, it looks like. Yeah, it's a grip to pull it off the mount there from your bicycle. Going around, here we have the antenna. Interesting, the antenna's down here at the bottom. This antenna extends out kind of like the Eaton 210 emergency radios. So be careful. This extends out to a whopping 7 3/4 inches. It does pretty good though, reception-wise. I'm pretty impressed. I don't know what I'll pick up downstairs here. We'll try it. But yeah, it kind of swivels around. The problem thing is if you have this mounted to your bicycle, I don't know if you want this extended because it does move around. You hit a bump, it's going to fall sideways, and I don't know if it's going to get caught in something or bent. So it probably, if you're using this, probably just tune it to a strong AM station. That's what I would do. So we get this back and I gotta line this up. All right, but we'll use that again. All right, front of the radio, we have the LCD. It's bright blue LED lit up when you first turn it on. It stays on for a while, and then it goes off to save power, which is nice. We have keys. Let's bring it up to the camera so we can focus. So we have a back and a forward key. That's for going through your scanned presets. You get 32 presets per band, which is okay. But when I was doing an FM band scan, this radio's pretty sensitive. It found 32 presets and then it filled up, and I still had probably 10 stations left it could have found, which is unfortunate. I should have more presets. Get 50 at least, or maybe 100 on the FM, just to cover it, cover the whole band. SOS, this one's here. If you double tap it, it'll start a siren and a flasher. Single tap once, turn it off. That was pretty loud. In person, it was hurting my ears. Center button, you can see it's a flashlight. See that there? And then M over here is mode that changes your band you're on. FM, AM, NOAA weather band. So for the flashlight, it's pretty neat. Press and hold, turn it on. Starts up your 2 floods. There you go. And then tap it again, and then you got your center beam for riding. And then you got all 3 lights, which I don't know, it's not as useful. I think I'll be using up too much juice by running all 3. So let me bring in a deck of cards, get my color right again. There you go. Yeah, neat. I'll turn the lights off maybe while the radio is running, because you can run the radio and the lights at the same time, which is nice. I also want to mention you can charge the radio, use the radio, and use the lights at the same time as well. So that's nice. You got a power bank hooked up to this and then be cycling while charging your radio at the same time. Some people like that. Solar panel right on the top here, which is really unconventional. Very interesting design. Right inside, we got the volume on-off control. Again, you saw the 3 lights there, 2 floods and 1 center. Again, 100 lumens, 500 lumens, 550 combined. And on the bottom, we have our Dynamo Crank. It's pretty simple. This pops up. You got this little nub here, and you just start cranking away. Try to go 130 RPM, which I can't on camera. And the little LED will light up, showing that you've been charging the battery. It should go out. There you go. All right, awesome. So let's turn this thing on, huh? All right. So I guess show you what it says here on the back. There's the model number, input. Okay, pretty basic stuff there. And yeah, so let's go ahead, get Iron Man out of the way. And so what I keep off to the side here, I have a C-Crane FM transmitter, transmitting on 92.9 megahertz with royalty-free music from YouTube. I have a MP3 player attached. It transmits this frequency over to this radio so you get an idea what this speaker sounds like. Now, of course, everybody's speaker systems are going to be different. If you tune to my other videos and check out the same section, you'll hear the difference between the radios for sure. And yeah, we'll do a couple minute demo here of the sound, and then we'll talk about the FM. So let's go ahead and turn this on. Go to Radio Todderbert at 92.9. There we are. Now the camera is going to a white. This is actually like a bluish white. So you get the band FM frequency. You have your, say, megahertz. And then you have up here the battery life indicator. Get this close. There you go. It has this like little extra LED there, but it doesn't really bother me. But if you tilt it a certain way, you can read it. There you are. Okay. So let's go ahead and run this. Get some volume. As you can tell, it sounds really good for a weather radio. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me go ahead and turn this off. So yeah, excellent audio demo. I loved it. Playing the YouTube royalty-free music. So next, let's talk about FM reception. So FM reception, we're going to do a band scan of the FM. We'll see what we can find. FM reception report. Typically, most analog radios get about 40 to 45 stations or 48 stations, depending. Like this radio here, when they're scanning and you're tuning through the band. And that's an okay to good rating. We have fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. So okay to good is the average score. So 2.5 star. That's what this radio got. This radio found 45 stations. And the only way I could find the stations was by browsing and hopefully lining up the antenna the right direction to find that station. So it was kind of a pain. I had to start kind of figure out where that station was and pivot the radio back. And you can go back and forth on the browse. Like if you think you missed a station, you can go back, go forward, go back, go forward, move the radio a little bit until you find that station. Because this is a pretty sensitive radio, it'll probably find it. So want to give that to you. So 45 stations found, okay to good rating, 2.5 star. FM selectivity, okay because of that browsing technique. It's a pain, but it is there, which is good. But to start a scan, you would just, let me just pull the antenna out. We'll do an FM band scan. Get our little 7 3/4 inch antenna. So yeah, this 1 3/4 inch speaker sounds really good. I'm liking that. So let's go ahead and bring this up. All right, I think I don't want to bump anything. I might. Oh, it's clearing everything almost. Almost. Okay, what can I hit this here? Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this up. Should have static, okay. So you can start a scan. So we just press and hold the mode key. It does an auto scan. And you can see it says preset 1, preset 2. Like I said, you only get 32 of them. And when I was upstairs, I did run out. So I don't know if I'll run out downstairs. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Maybe I'll just go through the presets, see what it found. So this is good. It's finding quite a bit downstairs. The little antenna. It's pretty shocking. Almost up to 30. Look at that. So when it gets to 32,
Beth, thank you so
stops.
much for your question.
So I definitely have stations at 105.5. It didn't pick that up because it ran out of presets. But we're going to go just show you the what I found in the presets in the FM.
TN for call to community.
Then we'll browse the AM and then do final thoughts on the Power Soars S15. That sounds pretty good.
Songs. I was walking off the stage through the orchestra, and one of the violin players just looked up at me and he said, "That was a spiritual experience."
With this. What do you mean? And he said, I think they might be right. And I then said, well, I think they're wrong, and now I think you're wrong. And so I want you to go back and basically do it again. And he came back again, and he said, boss,
so we know that this is something where there were a lot of problems. This particular Bible, known as the Wicked Bible, is printed in 1631 and gets the printers into tremendous trouble. There's a court case, there are fines. Righteousness, I dare not.
Engine, we can drive real far. Ooh, oh, oh. Soars with you.
Me?
In Los Angeles at our iHeartRadio.
Anna's like the minions from Despicable Me.
No.
So that's at the top. There's more after this, so I'll show you.
Going in there anywhere.
So if you keep going, we're back down to the bottom of the band.
Missouri,
Go
Indiana.
back,
From Up
back
or
to the top.
Kevin Malone from The Office or whatever.
So now you can browse.
yeah.
Once again.
To browse, you press and hold the left or right arrow.
Love that.
Bro.
Complex conditions, from epilepsy and brain tumors to movement disorders and
Fingers crossed on Star 105.5. Here's Andy Grammer.
Mamy spędzili w domu pod Halan. Tu można...
Every time they spend $20 or more 5 times. And if you're looking...
Okay, there you go. We'll go ahead and retract this antenna. So I don't break it off or anything. So just gently push that back in. Awesome. Okay, let's go to the AM band. Actually, you know what? We should go to the weather band. Let's do that while we have... Okay, let's bring this back up. We'll just see what we can pick up. I think I was only able to pick up one station in the weather band. Let's go there. Can't remember if I was able to one or more. Let's see.
A total of 0.4 inches of snow fell during the period, which is 0.9 inches below the normal amount of 1.3. There were 533 heating degree days this period, which is 65 above the normal amount of 400. Tonight, cloudy. A slight chance of showers late this evening. Then showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms after.
Channel 7, but it's 2 stations.
The lower 40s near the lake along. Once again, Milwaukee, it was 49.
That's 3, channel 1.
A few marine observations.
Just almost picking up this fourth one. That'd be nice. It needs a bigger antenna, I think.
Showers late in the afternoon. Breezy.
So yeah, weather at the touch of a button. Love it.
In the upper 40s. Northeast winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 100%. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy.
As you can tell, that station's pretty close to me because I can retract the antenna and still pick it up. So let's go ahead and go.
North winds 10 to 20 miles per hour.
For painting with the twist, Park Ridge, or call
AM uses internal antenna, which is mounted in this direction. So nice. You just turn the radio towards the station you're trying to receive. Now, if you're riding a bike, don't do that with your handlebars. Unless you're planning to go that direction. Here's 560. So what we'll do is we'll just we'll browse tune this.
Strategic wealth. Our investment strategy allows you to go up with the stock market, lock in your gain.
Oh, it's 550. That's KTRS, I think. I didn't know they played. It sounds like country music, though. That's kind of neat. St. Louis, Missouri, which is 275 miles, 5,000 watts. Oops.
This also includes the news on the hour.
Okay, so what I did is I hit my presets by accident. So let's go down to the bottom of the band.
Kit today and see how this
Press and hold.
can help.
KTRS. Here's 540. WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles away, 400 watts at night. Current time is, probably should show you, is 10:31 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and I'm near Chicago, Illinois. Most of you guys know that. Turn it this way, you lose reception. Turn it this way, get it? Just barely. So let's tune it up. So I'm gonna press and hold.
D plus pounds with.
It's a good night.
And it really works. Full.
580 in this direction. Possibly Traverse City, Michigan. WTCM. Okay, so 630. This is KYFI, St. Louis, Missouri again. Here's WSM, Nashville, Tennessee. This is 434 miles. Yeah, this tuner surprised me because a lot of digital emergency radios, the tuners don't seem to do very good. This one does very well all the way up to the top of the band. Impressed by that. Daytime, you can expect the reception to be great on locals, good on semi-locals, and DXing a challenge like distant stations, but it's still possible because it is a sensitive radio.
It's the details that can save lives, even when no one else is watching.
670 The Score, a local, WSCR, Chicago.
And we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done.
Until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the
Here's 700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
I'm Tim McGraw, and I have a challenge. It's like, which team will win? Total threes made.
WGN, Chicago.
Right now,
720.
Can place a same-game parlay with 3 or more legs to get a...
Music there, CFZM, Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast.
Rising consumer demand, it is good for the economy and the stock market. Really? Let's rewind tonight.
So here's WJR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles away. Let's go here and see if we can pick up 750.
Headline, the bitter fruits of devaluation. Inflation is...
There we go. WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles, so it doesn't sound like it. Oh, there we go, WSB Radio. Okay, let's go this way.
Because the purchasing power of wages fell by roughly...
So this is 770. It's picking up WABC, just barely. New York City, New York, 750 miles. It stopped on it, which is nice.
Carpet for offices, restaurants, and retail storefronts when you purchase.
WBBM, Chicago.
The rest is totally free. Free pad.
In violation of the law. My question to you is if this political report is official, that abortion is...
WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles to the southwest.
Enforce the Texas law, and will you enforce it to the...
vehicle's catalytic converter, unless it's attached to that vehicle, and no selling or transferring the converter...
So here is 880. WCBS, New York, New York, 750 miles. Northeast.
Made them a valuable commodity among
CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. So if you know what direction that your station is, just turn the radio towards that direction and tune. Like I want to see if I can pick up 840. There we go.
Understand the planetary ethic, the planetary...
Here's Ground Zero, WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky.
Agree upon.
About 300 miles.
The existence of the reality of extraterrestrials, interstellar...
Juste pour se mettre en... Well, also, by the way, bars, restaurants...
Up the band a little bit. That's Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, WFAW. Nice, it's coming in good, 940.
I would go to Hebrew school 3 times a week, like part-time after.
Here's CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles. That's actually a pretty good find.
Movie projector set.
Can really play. It's the Green Bay Pack.
Here's WMVP Chicago. We're almost done.
5 of draft winners.
Now, is that enough? That's where it gets...
KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles.
Our nation's historical understanding of ordered liberty does not prevent the people's elected representatives from deciding...
At WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts. This is 880 miles.
That you could have written that paragraph to Justice Alito from what you just told me.
Those are my favorite compliments when I have black tourists, and afterwards they say, thank you so much.
There we go. We'll stop it here. This is 1040 WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles to the west.
If you don't discuss it. So I think one of the great joys for giving tours in Charles,
weapons from the U.S. and other Western nations from reaching the Ukrainian forces.
1060. I guess I'll keep going a little bit longer.
There's a crash northbound on 95.
A lot here.
The update from the traffic center coming up.
The stories that matter, the voices you trust. Now on Crystal Clear 103.9 FM and anywhere on the Odyssey app.
After this winter, spring is...
Yeah, this is KYW on 1060. I guess this will be my last one. Running out of time. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles. As you can tell, awesome tuner.
An air conditioning expert.
You're right. And with Carrier's high quality...
Cool. So didn't expect that out of this radio. So the Power Soars. We have a color balance, right? Yeah, we do. The S15. Yeah, I like this. This is a cool radio. Would I recommend it? Yeah, at the price at around $27, it makes a cool design for weather radio. I like the shape design. It's longer, like a big remote control. Everything's on top half of it. That's kind of nice. So you can just set this down. Yeah, and you can start the trickle charging if you need to in the window. But yeah, I like the design. I don't mind that it's a bicycle style. You can use it without that. If you got really industrious, you could probably clip those ears off and just have this as a flat radio and not even use it on a bicycle. So that is something I would consider because it is such a good receiver. So for the money, around $27 to $30, I would give it a big thumbs up because it does what it's supposed to. One thing I wish it has replaceable batteries. That would be nice. If you could replace the internal battery easily. I'm sure it's 18650 soldered in there, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like emergency radios, subscribe to the bell icon. And 3, comment below what you think about the Chifenchy. That's a weird, funny name, but fun to say. Power Soars S15. Let me know. Comment below. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.